there is a charged particle P is in equilibrium. That means the downward weight must be exactly balanced by an upward electric force. So the magnitude of the electric force is of course dependent on the electric field strength between the two plates. If we increase the potential difference between the two plates, we are going to increase E, which will make the electric force larger than the weight. That's why P is going to rise up. On the other hand, if you decrease the potential difference between the two plates, you are going to reduce E, which will make the electric force smaller than the gravitational force. That's why charged particle P is going to fall downward towards the lower plate. Okay, now let's talk about the changes in energy. Changes in GP is very obvious. If you rise up, you gain height, you gain GPE. If you fall down, you lose GPE. Changes in EPE is a bit more tricky, but remember this rule, huh? If you want to gain electric potential energy, then you must go against the electric force. Alright? It's actually the same with GPE. Now, why does the charged particle gain GPE when it goes up? The reason is because when it goes up, it's going against the gravitational pull. When you overcome the gravitational pull by going upward, you gain GPE. On the other hand, if you allow yourself to just go in the direction of the gravitational pull, you will lose GPE. It makes sense, right? So it's the same with electric potential energy. The electric force is upward. If you want to gain electric potential energy, you must work against the electric force. So you must somehow get yourself downward. You must put in the efforts to overcome the electric force if you want to gain EPE. So if you allow yourself to be pushed along in the direction of the electric force, then you will lose EPE. Okay, so the conclusion is if we increase V, P is going to gain GPE but lose EPE. If we decrease V, P is going to lose GPE but gain EPE. But is the amount of gain in GPE equals to the amount of loss in EPE as suggested by option D, huh? So the answer is no. The reason is because there's a third form of energy involved here, which is the kinetic energy. For example, in this situation here, when we increase V, we know that it's going to rise up. It rises up because there's a net force, there's a net upward force. The electric force is larger than the weight. So if you have a net upward force, you are going to accelerate upward. So as the particle rises up, it's not going to rise at constant speed, it's going to rise at higher and higher speed. So the correct thing to say is the gain in GPE plus the gain in KE is equals to the loss in EPE. So I hope you see now why option D is wrong. Okay, that's all I have to say. Ta-ta!